show people how you can have a wonderful experience, and in that wonderful experience something very scary can happen, and you can't let that one thing take away from everything else. Like that one thing take away from 100 things or the bigger picture. All right, so here's the story. Went there. One of the excursions we went on was to Sneferu. Sneferu is the grandfather of Khufu, Khafra, and Menkaure. Those are the pyramids you always hear about. We went there too, but one day we went to their grandfather's pyramid, and it's a step pyramid, which was interesting because all the other pyramids that I've seen are smooth, but his was like a steps, like you're going up steps, and that's why they called it that. So we went inside. Now, I'm going to use this card to give you an example of how this looked. So just imagine this card being the entrance. The entrance is a block shape, but it's short. So you cannot stand up straight. You have to always be hunched over. And you have these two rails on both sides that you're holding. Now, if that's not bad enough, here's the other thing about this entrance. It's only big enough for one person to go in. So everybody's going in one direction, either going down or you're going up. Also, it's no electricity in it. At least when I went, there was no electricity in these tunnels. So you had to go in the dark. So some people had flashlights, holding on with one arm, flashlight with the other hand, or some people bought the little flashlight things that go on your forehead, you can put on your hat. So, we had a little light going down, but for the most part, it was dark. Last but not least, it's made out, of course, everybody knows the pyramids are made out of stone, but the floor that you had to go down was slick. Smooth stone, shaped like a slope. And every so often, I'm going to use this instant, every so often you had a wooden slack. So the slack will stop you every so often from not just sliding down, right? That was my illustration of how it looks inside. So we're going down on these wooden slacks. We holding on. So just imagine you hunched over. It's dark, wooden slacks, and it's 200 feet down to get into this pyramid. So it was no short trip. But nevertheless, I did it because I went there. I was going to do everything that was offered. I wasn't going to let anything get in my way. I was there to see what I needed to see. So we went down there. We had a wonderful time. It was about 100 of us, maybe a little bit more. We said our prayers, and now it's time to go back up. So you can imagine going back up this slope. You can imagine how your legs get tired. You can imagine how your arms get tired because now you're pulling up. You're using your legs to pull your body up. And honestly, I was getting a little bit tired, but at the same time, you had people behind you. So you had to just keep on keeping on because when you stop, they stop. Well, can I tell you, somebody stopped in front of me. A lady just dropped to her knees in front of me, and I was like, oh my God, I thought she was about to have a heart attack. But what happened was she was having a panic attack. I didn't know that. All I know is this lady stopped in front of me. Now, the people in front of her kept moving, and that was good because if we needed people to come down to help us, they had to move out the way. Again, you can't, it's not no two people. You got to go, everybody go up or everybody go down. So she dropped in front of me, and can I tell you, I just almost panicked myself. I got so afraid to the point that the thought of, oh my God, I might die in here. Because the thing is, they will get you out at 6 o'clock in the morning and get you back to the hotel by 12 because they don't want you out at the peak sun. Because, we over here are not used to being by the equator. We're not used to that type of sun, and it could get very hot in the desert, and we're not used to that. And so the person that I was with, he didn't want us to get sick or anything. So I always had that in my mind. We got to get back by 12. We got to get back by 12. So no, thinking of that, thinking, oh my God, she stopped. We're stuck. I might die. I was having like that type of thought. And at that moment, when that thought came in my mind, When that thought of defeat came in my mind, the tunnel got darker in my mind. The tunnel got tighter in my mind, and the tunnel got hotter in my mind. Okay? And my life started to flash before me, and these memories start coming across, but then my baby came across. And when I saw my baby, I was like, oh, no, my baby will not live without a mother. Something about seeing my child made me say, no, this ain't happening. And before I knew it, from my shrinking posture, I started to well up as far as I can go. Again, we couldn't stand all the way up, but my legs got strong, my arms got strong, and before I knew it, I grabbed the lady behind at the back of her shirt and said, "Not today, not today. You're gonna get up, get up!" And I grabbed her and I was pulling her, and she stopped crying right away because she was crying and doing all that. And don't think I wasn't sympathetic with her, but at that moment, it was fight or flight. It was fight or flight. So I grabbed her and was like, "Get up, get up, get up, get up, not today, get up, get up." And so she got up, and I was pushing her, and pushing her to help her. But I'm sure I was pushing her a little more than normal because my adrenaline was going. At that moment, it was like my ancestors, boom, they came, my grandma, my granddaddy, the universe opened up. I had so much energy. I had so much adrenaline. I just was pushing her. I forgot I was hot. I forgot I was tired. I forgot it was dark. All I saw was the light at the end of the tunnel, because when we were facing going up, you can literally see the sunlight at the end of the tunnel. And I kept telling her, "Go to the tunnel, go to the tunnel, go to the tunnel, go to the light, go to the light, go to the light." And she was moving. She was crying. She was crying. She was crying. Now, let me stop right here. Just imagine this. When she stopped, not only did I stop, but 50 or so other people behind me stopped, all right? And there were people in the belly of this pyramid. They hadn't even got on the slope yet, okay? So sometimes we are put in positions where it's like we didn't want to be the person that had to do this for other people, but God knows best. Universe knows best. Spirit knows best. Spirit knew it had to be me, because somebody else would have been crying or waiting for somebody to get help, but not me. Once I saw my baby come across my eyes, it was like, no, no, not today, not today. You know, this thing came through me. You know, that strong energy that my family carried. You know, I'm sure there was ancestors that I didn't even know. I was right in Kemet. I was right on the motherland. So I know they came from everywhere. Like, let's get her up out of here. And that's what happened. So I'm pushing her. I'm pushing this woman. I'm pushing this woman. And then we get almost to the end, and she collapsed again. She collapsed again. And again, it's not that I wasn't sympathetic, but in my mind, I needed to get out because I was going to die. I was going to suffocate in there, you know? And when she collapsed, I said, "Hell no. Hell no. Get your ass up." And the guy behind me, at this point, because he realized what was happening and saw me pushing the lady and tell her go to the light, and she crying and telling her she can't do it, and I'm telling her she can, he roared like a lion, "Keep moving. Move your ass. Keep moving." And I mean, his voice just hit, the vibration of his voice in that tunnel, because you know how magnificent those pyramids are. That his voice was bouncing all through that tunnel. Everybody heard him. The people down in the belly heard him. Keep moving. And that was energy enough to keep me going. Like, go, go. And I'm pushing the lady, so I grabbed her again. "Not today." I said, "Not today." I kept saying, "Not today, not today." And I picked her up. I pulled her up as much as I could, and I pushed her, and she kept going, and she kept going. Once I got out of that tunnel, as you see, I'm here. We all got out. I was so amped and so full of energy, and my adrenaline was so high that all I could do is walk around the plank. just walk around. I couldn't stop. I couldn't be still. I couldn't be still. I just kept walking around because I needed to wind myself down. I needed to wind myself down. There's somebody I'm talking to. You need to wind yourself down. I know it's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of stuff, and you stressed and everything. Stress come along with it. Yes, stress come along with it. But wind yourself down. Just keep on moving. Just keep on moving. That's the message with that one. Just keep on moving. Just keep on moving. So the guy that was behind me, he came over and grabbed me. He just grabbed me. And it was this big bear hug. And my arms was close together like this. And I finally felt myself come back into my body. I finally, because I'm telling you, it was my ancestors. I was in there a little bit, but it was a lot of other stuff happening inside of me to get me out of that tunnel. And so when he grabbed me, I started coming into my body. I started feeling my body. And then I started crying because at first I didn't have time to cry. When I was in that tunnel, it wasn't no crying. It wasn't none of that. None of that was going down. We got to get out of here. I'm going home to my baby. I done came here by myself. My family didn't want me to come by myself, and I done went against my family. And now you gonna get me stuck up in here? No, nope, not today. It's not happening. So he grabbed me. I came back into my body. I started crying. And the guy said, "You okay? You okay? We out. You did good. You did good. You did good." And then other people start hugging him, and other people start hugging him. And we were just like in this one big ball of hugs, right? And I'm in the middle. And it was just amazing. It was an amazing experience, you know. And I'm thankful for that experience. I really am. And the lady that was in front of me, she came up to me and she was like, "I'm glad it was you behind me because I did not know what I was going to do. I didn't know how I was going to make it. I didn't know. I thought I was going to die. I said, oh yeah, me too. Me too. I thought I was going to die too. But I thought about my babies and I was like, no, it's not going to happen today. I came all the way over here. Can't nobody come in my family come here right now. I'm going back home. I'm going back home." So she and I hugged. We hung out the whole rest of the excursion. We had a wonderful time. I'm telling somebody this story, and I think Spirit wants me to say this story to you because if you got some stuff going on with you, you got what's inside of you to get through it. If you got some changes you need to make, you got stuff inside of you to make those changes. You're going to have to step outside of your box like I did. I went by myself. Because I know what I know I needed. I needed my own personal pilgrimage. Some of y'all need your own personal pilgrimage. Y'all don't have to go to Kemet, but y'all need to get away from some situations so you can think, so you can grow, so you can connect with ancestor. You know, the other thing I want to tell you, whoever's listening to this, is in the midst of the storm, there is there is going to be eventually some light. Okay, there is going to be some light. I'm gonna leave you with this. I don't know how many of y'all are into the Game of Thrones. Hey, big Game of Thrones fan. Remember little Ariel who killed the Ice King? When that little witch lady asked her, "What do you say when the angel of death knock at your door?" You say, "Not today." Not today. It's not happened today. And even if you got to say that every day until it happened, I don't care. Every day, say, "Not today." Every day that you feel like you're going to be so depressed and that you can't go through, say, "Not today." Not today. Go outside. Walk through the woods. Go by the water. Do something so that you can bring your energy and your vibration up. I was by myself in Africa, in the desert, had no other family members or personal friends with me. And I knew whatever I needed to do to get home was going to come from me. So whatever you need to do, whatever you need, whatever you want, whatever you got to do, it's going to come from you, nobody else. You're going to have to pull that energy from you, and you got it. You were born with it. You were born with it.